go. There is a portage here. It's not very well maintained. I'm assuming maybe it's because this is the Jan Lake. Well, my GPS calls it the Jan Lake Eco Reserve. It's like a Jan Lake representative area. I think I've seen it also labeled as. There's a thing on the internet you can download. Maybe I'll link it in the low bar. But yeah, it's just kind of a representative area where it's what you want to kind of. It's got a unique features to the area, so they wanted to preserve it. One of the things that you can't do in this area is build portage trails that are for snowmobiles or quads, to get across. So maybe that's why this is not being used anymore. Didn't say anything about making portage trails though. Funny turn of events. I tried to take my contact out last night and it burnt the shit out of my eye, and I couldn't really figure it out. As well as my left thigh last night, there was like a burning sensation on it, and I'm just like, what the hell is this all about? I tried to, clean my hands really good last night, and tried to put a fresh set of contacts back into my eye, and it burnt the shit out of my eye. I have no clue what was going on. And I was like, what the hell? I go, my chili's not that hot. What the hell's going on? Because I thought it was the dehydrated chili got underneath my fingernails or something when I was taking my contact out. I kind of finally figured it out. I was carrying bear mace in my left jacket pocket, and somehow, even though the clip didn't come off the trigger, somehow the bear mace, it discharged. I can't see a hole in it. I don't see a dent in it. I don't know what the hell happened. The clip, that orange clip, was still on it. So by trying to put it in that contact into my eye, I actually maced myself. So well, I got partway done cutting, that is. On another note, man, that bear mace is everywhere. Like, I can feel it on my fingers, feel it on my gloves, feel it on my face. I'm gonna have to give everything a big wash when I get home. Can't smell it. That's the weird thing. I can't smell it. Oh, I think I found some fatwood. I saw a couple pieces of this root. So I'm gonna give it a shot tonight. Try and use that as a tinder. Try to redeem myself from yesterday. Yeah, I feel like Sammy Hagar. That portage is pretty good. Oh yeah, look at that. Ouch. Poor canoe. I love it, but it probably hates me what I put it through. Now that was Harrison Lake I was just on. This one I think is unnamed. Looks nice. Hey, is that a... That might be a deluxe campsite. This has got like rock star canoe parking. Beautiful view. There's a cute little island over there too I'm gonna go check out. Flat area to put a tent. This is deluxe camping. Hang a hammock. Oh yeah. I wish I would have came here last night. But apparently Apparently there's a resident bear. Look at that big crunch. Jesus. Well, here's my next portage. Looks pretty clear. It's not very long either. I'm not even sure how many meters it is, but I know it's not too long. It's a tiny little lake, but it's beautiful. It's portage, short, maybe 100 meters, and clear. There's nothing. I didn't have to cut a single thing. So awesome. There's a little creek or portage that I can get into Lloyd Lake. I'm probably gonna check that out and maybe tour Lloyd Lake. It's probably out of all these little lakes, other than Sahli, it's the biggest. And then see if there's portage into Jan somehow, or Second Narrows. So there is a portage to get to Lloyd Lake. I'm just gonna check it out, mark some GPS points, and then pretty sure you can take the little creek all the way around. So looks like the beavers use this more than anything. Yum yum. Kind of a gross landing. Hopefully there's a creek back there. So behind me is where we came from. Right there. Whoop. Yeah, right there is the portage. And this is where we're going. Hopefully there's water all the way. Super duper. Just finally got through that little creek. Here's Lloyd Lake. I am going to park on one of those points, get my fishing tackle out, and try to wrangle up some walleye. Walleye fever, baby. Gotta feed the beast. There's like 4 bald eagles. Just flew out of nowhere. I didn't even see them. They're all kind of perched, and all of a sudden they just all scattered. Pretty cool, man. Man, they're big. Oh, the battery's starting to go. Jesus, right? It feels good. Battery, don't you die on me. Oh, it doesn't feel so big anymore. Oh, northern pike. Yay. See, something's been tangling with them. Even more on the other side. See if this is a walleye. No, I don't think it is. Came to the surface. Another eater pike. Well then. Well, there's a portage here at the northwest end of Lloyd Lake. Looks like it's well used, so I probably won't have to bother clearing anything. At least I hope I don't have to. I accidentally put some, it was in a baggie, put some pineapple, dried pineapple, dehydrated pineapple in my pocket where the bear mace went off. Oh, now it's Cajun flavored. Started eating some pistachios. Guess what? The Cajun flavored. So everything gets close to my mouth. It's like Cajun flavored. Not that I really taste Cajun, but everything's got heat. Everything. My hand's even hot right now. My gloves are hot. Everything's hot. Not everything. Here's the end of the portage. It's actually got really good canoe parking. And the portage trail. The start of it. It's along here somewhere. It's about a kilometer stretch where it really gets narrow. Well, I couldn't find a portage over, but it's about 150 meters to the other side. And I found a good enough area where there's like alders, and a bunch of birch, which I could just kind of push through. There's only a few fallen trees. Other than that, it's pretty smooth sailing. So I'm gonna do a carry and a drag. So I'm gonna carry my dry bag and other things, and I'm just gonna drag the canoe. Caught that. There we go. Saved myself at least an hour paddling. Probably wasted just probably wasted an hour just trying to look for a portage. Sand beach and everything. Well, I made it to Second Narrows, and the fishing's really good here. But I gotta get camp going and stuff like that. There's a little spot in the back here. Wish I could just pitch a tent, because there's a bunch of widowmakers. And I'm probably gonna tie my tarp up to one of them. But it looks like it's gonna get nicer out, so I don't really have to worry about wind. This is a place where I've seen bear activity. Last year we didn't, when we came here. The year before we did. I looked around for bear sign and I couldn't really see any, so I'm gonna consider it safe. And I'll be on bear alert, especially since I really don't have much for bear mace. A lot of this is from that root that I took apart, and I did find some fatwood in it. So, and then I just took a bunch of shavings from the root. So I'm gonna try and spark it up like that. There we go. Good old fatwood. Froze last night. didn't want to get out of bed or out of my hammock. Sleeping really good. Except through the night I kept on hearing somebody call my name. It was the walleyes. The gloves are frozen stiff this morning. Hopefully at least they're warming up. Put those on, I gotta make an anchor. The water seems really high. I don't know if that's the case, but it does seem really high, so I wonder if the fishing's gonna be any good. Can't even get into these things. Oh, I'm in such a rush. I got the walleye fever. So I'm using, I guess they're action baits, emerald shiners. I like fishing with bait, especially when I'm jigging for walleye. But the thing is I don't have a cooler or refrigeration. So I usually, started to use these preserved baits. So far, from the few times that I've used them, I'd rather use frozen minnows. Having something organic on the end of my line rather than a plastic bait, I think is an advantage. We'll see. I did bring some power bait though. We'll see what performs better. First cast. Cast and coffee. Oh yeah. Oh, here, walleye. I haven't seen. I don't think I've ever seen second arrows this slow before. But with all that weird weather, and then the water levels being so high, who knows? Well, I switched over to the power bait. I think, you know how these say action baits? They should say inaction baits. Instead of having a rainbow trout there, they should actually have a northern pike. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna probably have to try a different spot because there just doesn't seem to be any action in here. Just crazy, man. I usually come in here and slay. But I gotta try something different, right? Finally tied into a walleye. Oh, I finally snagged a walleye. It's tiny, but he's a walleye. All right. Mwah. Well, the pike fishing was starting to pick up. I caught that one walleye, and that was probably about it. The power baits definitely seem to do a little bit better than those in-action baits. Overall, pretty disappointed in the fishing here. I wouldn't mind trying those 2 points since there's so much current. It seems like more than usual. Maybe they're around each corner, each point. I've never fished those points before, but I'd love to give them a try. But I think I'm going to take off and try and maybe do about 30K today, and then get to the lodge at Sahli Lake, and then maybe rent out a boat tomorrow and maybe go out fishing. We'll have to see. Excuse me. Okay, I just made it out of from First Narrows. I'm heading over to a place called McMillan Point, but I'm just looking to make kilometers. It's absolutely breathtaking day. How can you even beat this? It's just freaking phenomenal. just past McMillan Point and heading that way through some islands. And then I got a big gap that I got to paddle across, and that's the part that I'm worried the most. Not too bad so far. The wind's picking up, just a tad. It's not very much though. There's a couple of beaches around here I think I might just stop at and wait till this passes by. Okay, the storm's passed. I am gonna take off here as soon as I can. My GoPro, the SD card is full. This one's the batteries are running out, and I don't have any other batteries, I don't think. Well, I know I don't have any other batteries. I do have the Goal Zero charging. But yeah, so I might just, chances are I'll probably just see you back at Jan Lake.